Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm happy you found us. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Today, I want to take you on a journey into a state of mind where time seems to blur, distractions seem to fade away, and every action flows seamlessly into the next. A state known as in the zone or the flow. You got to be in the zone. I'm quite sure you have been in the zone at some point in time, right? It's a place where we become fully immersed in what we're doing. It's so focused that the outside world just seems to disappear. Think about the last time you were so engrossed in a task that hours just seemed to slip away without you even noticing it. So maybe you've been playing a musical instrument, writing poetry, or just writing, painting, or even playing a sport. That feeling of being in sync with your actions, everything just clicks into place effortlessly. That essence of being in the zone. But what exactly is being in the zone all about? What does it really mean? There was a psychologist who described it as a state of complete absorption in the activity where your skills perfectly match the challenge at hand. It's when you're operating at peak performance and your abilities, yet you feel, seem effortlessly like a basketball player. And, every time he's throwing the ball, everybody gives him the ball. Every time he throws it through the hoop, it's good. Swish. It makes a point. Your mind and body are in perfect harmony, and your performance reaches heights you've never reached before. That is being in the zone. So, why does being in the zone really matter? Well, for one, it's where our greatest achievements often happen. When we're in the zone, our greatest creativity flourishes, our productivity soars, and our performance excels. It's when we produce our best work, making groundbreaking discoveries or achieve our most significant victories in life, right? Being in the zone brings immense satisfaction and fulfillment. There's a deep sense of joy and accomplishment that comes from being engaged in what we're doing. From pushing our limits and surpassing our previous best, it's a reminder of how our own potential and a taste of what we're really capable of achieving. So imagine, when was the last time you were in the zone? Oh, come on. I know you were in the zone at one point in time. I know you remember, right? So why is it so important? Why being in the zone means anything? Well, being in the zone is all about peak performance. It's all about making it happen. It's all about doing your best and making it come alive. Having clear achievements and goals, immediate feedback on our progress that keeps us engaged and motivated, right? Now, you might be wondering, how can we cultivate the zone consistently in our lives, right? I thought about it. While the zone often feels elusive, there are strategies that we can employ to invite it in more frequently, where we can be in the zone more. And sometimes you have to consider your focus. How focused are you? Because when you're in the zone, you're laser focused. It helps us stay on track and it adjusts our actions as needed and to maintain optimal balance between challenge and skill. I mean, you got to know that, especially, and I use basketball as an analogy because I like basketball, but still in all, being in the zone, have you ever seen your favorite player just go all out every time they hand him the ball? He did something spectacular. He made things happen. And not only did he do something spectacular and make things happen, but he did it in a fierce way. He did it and made it look good, made it look easy, made it look like it was nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, being in the zone sometimes is not only just about focus. It's not only about making things happen. It's not all about your distractions or limiting your distractions or what have you. It's about you reaching a level in a time and moment that makes perfect harmony. I mean, it's everything. It's about the flow. It's about the movement. It's about the reactions. It's about everything. Everything you do while you're in the zone is in sync. Your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Everything is in sync at that moment. So being in the zone is everything. It's your awareness, it's your skills, it's your level of activity at that time. And you got to have or cultivate a mindfulness to know that self-awareness to recognize when you're slipping into the zone or slipping out of the zone. Learn to harness the thoughts and emotions that turn into allies rather than obstacles, right? Because think about it like this. When you're in the zone, everything is flowing right, but you don't really know what you're feeling. You just know that I got to do this, I'm making it happen and I'm making it right. But emotionally, how do you feel? That you have to tap into that too. It's not all about your ebbs and flows. It's not all about in sync. You got to also tap into your emotions, because your emotions play a big part of being in the zone as well. Yeah, so everything has to be in sync. Everything has to flow. And that's why being in the zone is so powerful. The more we practice and master our craft, the easier it becomes to enter the zone. As our skills improve, so does our ability to handle increasingly challenging tasks without feeling overwhelmed. See, feeling, our emotions are still involved. Balance that act, because being in the zone also is about balance. Remember to take care of yourself. The zone thrives on an environment of balance and rest. Not only does that zone allows you to do extraordinary things, but it also exerts a lot of energy. So you have to have balance. You have to have rest. And you just can't rest your body. You have to be able to center yourself, rest your mind, clear your thoughts. All that goes into the zone, baby. All of it. So you got to remember, it's about that balance of being in the zone, because everything is going to flow from it. And for me, I will call it's being on core balance. Being in the zone is being where everything is heightened. Yes. So being in the zone is just not a fleeting moment of brilliance. It's a state of being that we can cultivate and nurture in our lives. It's about finding that sweet spot where passion meets authority, where passion meets our efforts, where passion meets our desires. It's about that alignment. You gotta be perfectly aligned to be in the zone. So that's my quick message today about being in the zone. It's all about balance. It's all about a heightened experience. I know you love being in the zone, but get the rest to do it, so that you can regroup, because some people can be in the zone and then it'll be a long time before that zone happens again. So you have to be able to cultivate and harness those feelings, those desires, so you can actually dig deep inside and pull out that heightened experience that allows you to experience being in the zone. Well, my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Hey, listen, I thank you so much for listening. I thank you a great deal. Do me a favor and allow your family and friends to listen to the podcast. Also share it, subscribe. I see that my numbers are now increasing, and I don't know, I guess that's due to the people who listen are sharing the podcast with their friends and family and co-workers and so on and so forth. I thank you a great deal, and I can't begin to tell you how blessed I feel and how blessed I am through this podcast, because it's not only allowed me to share excitement, it not only allows me to share my own ability, but it allows me to grow in a way where I couldn't have grown or taken this any further than if I was just reading a book and just putting it down and leaving it away, or whatever the case may be. You've given me an opportunity. This platform for podcasting has given me an opportunity to take my life to the next level. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy this so much that, hey, one day this might be the only thing I'll ever do, along with maybe some type of video. And I don't know where this is going to lead, but I could tell you I enjoy it immensely. And you guys who are writing me and telling me you like the podcast, yeah, you know, what I'm saying is resonating with you, that is all the fuel I need, because I know that if I could touch one soul, I could probably touch another. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart for listening to this podcast. Now, please subscribe and share it. I thank you again. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.